panel discussion. We want to talk to these professionals about what they do, but then again, a little bit more. We want to kind of like go a little deeper because we didn't have as much time as we would. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce each person, and then we're going to field some questions, some from you and some that are pre-planned. I can tell you right now, Dr. Butterfly. Dr. Butterfly and I hosted a lunch again in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it was the first time we had met and first time we had worked together. And it was really, really an awesome experience to work with her. And we were dealing with some high rollers in the speaking, training, coaching industry, and it was just good working with someone that you could have good chemistry with. So let's give it up for Dr. Butterfly. Now, Darius, I can never say enough about him. Like I said, we go back a very, very long way. Darius and I were in the multi-level marketing business together, and he overrode, like I said, thousands of other partners and people in the business. And he's been a trainer, software trainer, and he's done so many different things. And I have the deepest respect for him. So let's give it up for Darius and Professor Wise. I don't even need this paper. Hakeem Hamid, same thing. Back in 2005, we were part of the Marathon of Excellence, and we were out there presenting and sharing our gifts with the world from an internet, a global expansion, you could say, and of speakers. And we were doing that. We hit it off, and every time we crossed paths going around the country, we actually, we're glad to see each other. And he's never stopped. He's never slowed down. I've never stopped. I don't slow down. So glad he's here as well. Hakeem. The success father. And Dr. Johnson, Dr. Deborah Johnson. This is probably the shortest or the briefest relationship up here, because we were at the Congressional Black Caucus just seemed like months ago. And she said, let me know the next time you're doing something. I said, okay. She gave me her card and her book, and I was like, okay, cool. I knew this event was coming up, and I was like, oh my goodness, where's her card? Where's her card? But I had it, and I gave her a card and gave her a call, and she was ready. She was ready to make it happen. And that's the thing, you gotta be ready. So thank you for being here. Give it up to her. You know about Bishop David Sabatino. I had the honor of keynoting an event in Salisbury, and that event was a great success. They treated me well, they made me feel home, and we've been clicking and rolling ever since. So my pleasure. Glad you're here, sir. Dr. Arlene Spann, same thing. We met on the road actually, and then a few other states. And she and her husband, Jerome, they're just great people to work with. She had to tell me, will you let me do the work and you go up there and present? I was like, oh, okay. Selfless. Really, genuinely selfless people. So I thank you, Arlene, so much. Thank you. Kay Lowry Moore, what can you say? Spoken word artist, author, 2 different genres now. Her new book is coming out. Radio personality. She comes out to various events, and these are the kind of people you want to work with. Thank you for being here. Reggie, hot sauce. Yeah. You know what he did for you earlier today. Imagine that times 10 every single day somewhere in the country. He pours most of it in the DMV, but this man does not slow down. He gets up before the roosters. I'm telling you. That's how he's able to cover so much territory. I'm serious. But the man has a wealth of knowledge, and I have a ton of respect for him because he's good at what he does. What would you do only if you knew? Reggie, hot sauce, look, give it to him. Last but not least, Janice, we met at a boutique, and I'm thinking, who does a boutique event on a Sunday? I'm like, the next day is a work day, ain't nobody coming out? Well, people came out. Janice and I were the only speakers and authors there, and we had a good day, I'm gonna tell you that, all right? We had a real good day, cha-ching. So I was glad to have met her, and we've done several events over the years as well. So Janice, thank you for being here. I'm going to pass this microphone because we have some questions. I'll just give it to Bishop. And as a friend says, I know I've never met a Mike that I didn't like, so maybe you can do better than I would. All right.
Neither have I.
Neither have you, right? Okay. So the panel, do you guys have your questions when it's time? Okay, cool. All right. This is the first question for anyone on the panel. What made you want to start a business? Any takers? Here you go.
What made me want to start a business was watching people struggle in their health, watching people who were like me, walking around with achy knees, walking around trapped in a body that was filled with disease. That's what made me want, just listening to family and friends. And when they asked me, what are you doing? It let me see I need to be able to give back and share with people what I was doing concerning my health. And as a result of that, Sir Charles, that is how the business was birthed.
Anyone else want to answer that same question?
I would love to say I have this really great fancy story, but I started in network marketing, so I came for the money. It's as simple as that. But when I left, I had found my purpose. So I entered for money, but while I was there, I started to increase my knowledge and you see how I could use my gifts. And then I started speaking, and I am an educator by day. And so I'm just naturally teaching people, and I found that I can help people in a variety of different capacities. So after starting through network marketing, it just really became, I really want to help others to, one, financial freedom, and then two, I have a daughter that's watching. So I found the joy in being able for her to see that you don't have to work a 9 to 5 every day. Like that is what I was shown growing up, that you go to your, as someone said earlier, good government job,
Right.
you get your check and you retire. But I want my daughter to know that there are other opportunities, and if you find your passion, you don't have to worry about money.
That's right. That's right. Makes sense. Okay. Did you want? Okay. So the next question: can your business or what you found to be your sweet spot, does that help benefit companies or individuals?
Oh, absolutely. Companies and wait for the mic. Absolutely, companies and individuals. I work with individuals because a lot of times people are afraid and they're not quite sure how to access their purpose because there's so many stories they've sold themselves over the years. But also as an organization and a leader in a variety of capacities, I'm also able to help lead people, and then also not the leader from the top. I like the leader that leads from the sidelines, because you don't necessarily have to be at the top to be a leader.
That's right.
If you're a natural leader, you should be able to lead from wherever you are.
Anyone else have the same question? Absolutely.
Well, I think my message will resonate and needs to be heard by everyone. My focus, though, is young people, and and this is no knock against any of us here, but I believe in what I heard a long time ago, where they said it's easy to give birth than to raise the dead.
Yeah.
So we can find some of these young people, catch some of these young people when they still have an opportunity to change the way they think and change the way they respond and react to certain things. I think that benefits them. So for me, that's my message. That's the group that I'm going after. But I believe that we all need to understand, how we think, how we process information, things that we do that determine the results that we get in our life. So I think it's everybody that can benefit from it, but I have a focus, which is our young people.
Gotcha. All right. The next question, probably, whoever can answer. How can your business help your community / your religious community?
I think that with the women's issues, the church is full of women. The churches are full of women. I mean, when we go on Sunday, we don't see as many men as we do women. And I know that a lot of women are in pain.
Yeah.
And the church can be the best place to go to help people.
Right.
And so I think in terms of helping the community, for me, it is individuals, but also the context of the church and meeting people where they are.
Mhm.
Of course, the church community is where I do a lot of work as well.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I noticed, churches are famous for telling you what you ought to do, but not how to.
Yes.
And one of the things that I like to do is get with people and teach them how to do things. So we do a lot of training with the church and church leaders in that respect.
Anyone? Yeah.
And as well, I actually started in the church and with a program there, and now have spread it to not just my local church, but another church where I actually go in and teach and train people and tell them about how they can become healthier. So the church, like was shared, where there are many women, even though the focus is on women a lot of times, anyone can have diabetes, and all of us know someone that's in ill health. So it's for anyone. If you eat food, then it's for you.
Reggie, I know you got some. I always see this guy working with seniors. I would love to hear your input.
Well, basically, it benefits everyone because being healthy and being well benefits everyone, and even in the church community. To put it as bluntly, we can't do nothing but God dead. And everything that we're supposed to do on this earth, God has given us these bodies to do through. And when you work on your health, you work on your healing, because you can't spell health without spelling heal first. So when you're working on your health, you're working on your body's ability to heal itself. And now when your body is strong, you're able to carry out the purpose, destiny, and call that God has for your life, and the glory that is invested in you. And there's a scripture that says He'll supply all I need according to His riches and glory. The glory that's in you is to supply somebody's need. The body's strong, the glory comes out, and the need is supplied.
I think it's time to take a offering, We're good. That's you spot on. I mean, that's the truth right there. Why should a company hire you? Any of us. Why should a company hire you?
I can say that because I'm living proof that what I teach works.
Anyone else?
Like what you just said, and I'm going to send it back down there. Likewise, living proof, same thing. I can tell you, I can show you, because I lived it, my personal experience. That's the reason why.
The most critical skill, and there was a study done about employers looking at contractors or employees, is the most critical skill in the 21st century is going to ability to learn and relearn. And so what I attempted to do, for myself, is always stay in understanding the future, understanding what's going on technologically speaking, and retooling myself. And so that, what I believe is going to be the most critical tool, not what you learn, but can you relearn.
Okay.
Yes.
I think there is.